This is our interview of the 2006 Toyota Sienna minivan with 125,000 miles. It's a great van. Don't let anyone tell you these things aren't cool. My wife is sexy when she's in this thing. There's just no question about it. And plus, it's got a current inspection sticker, which is a plus. Sexy's good, but the current inspection sticker is probably better. So, quick review of the outside here. We're going to take a quick scan around. You're going to see all the blemishes, all the good, all the bad, all the ugly with this thing. Sorry, it's parked next to another car. And we'll start out with the exterior issues that exist with this car. So there are a few. We're going to make it simple, easy. We're not going to gloss anything over here. So here's the first scratch on the vehicle, right here. And this is an actual scratch. Everything else that we're going to show you are not actual scratches. They're just paint that's rubbed off. But this here is a scratch and a slight little indentation in the body panel. You actually could buff out some of this white here, which is just paint, but make no mistake, there is some mild scratching under there. But this paint makes it look a lot worse than it is. This stuff will buff out if you so choose. This is from where my mother actually dragged the van up against the side of the garage. So the side of the garage has not been kind to this vehicle. Couple of other things here. Now these are paint. This is actually just where the paint has rubbed off. This is where my wife actually dragged the vehicle up against the garage. So it's right here. This is not damage to this body panel. It's just paint. In fact, you can see, you can actually just rub that off. I mean, I could literally get some buffing compound and just buff this completely off. All this paint would come off. This all comes off if you just spend a little time and a little elbow grease. You can see, I mean, I could, in fact, if I have any trouble selling, you can see the white there. If I have any trouble selling this thing, I'll just buff that out. It would be easy to do, but I just don't have time to do it. More paint here. Again, just paint. A little bit of paint here. And then there's a little bit on the front. And the same thing, again, it's just paint. It's not damage to the body panel at all. So overall, the exterior is in good shape. Again, minus that one scratch, which you can see right there, which is exacerbated by the paint, but overall it's good. Now we'll take a look at the door, which has an issue, and then we'll move to the inside. Okay, so this is the passenger rear sliding door. It's actually, to say that it's not automatic isn't quite right, because if I pop the handle, oh, is it locked now? Oh, it's fun. Well done. Really set this video up well. All right, let me fix that. All right, take two. So let's do this the right way here. So we'll pop that and then nothing will happen. That's why you don't do live videos. There we go. Okay, see, totally unscripted. I don't know what's gonna happen. All right, so this door, quick look at the interior. You can see folded one seat up. We got some pretzels here, some nuts, some cashews. These come with it. Snack for the kids if they need it. It's there, it's available. It's an extra buck if you want that. But back to the door. So there is one issue here, and this is the only mechanical issue with the car. There's a retaining pin that goes in here that locks this door open and closed. There's an actuator that should pull that pin out when the door is in motion and activated by the button, which is right here. That pin doesn't come out. So when you press it, the door tries to move. It has a real problem. It can't move. So you can't open and close it with the push buttons. Now, that said, if you pop it and let the door know you want it to close, it will open and close, because obviously the pin does move when you actuate the handle. So it's not really fair to say that the door isn't automatic. It actually does slide on its own, but you can't just push the little button and make it work. But just by way of quick demonstration, all the other doors are automatic, including the rear. It's not automatic when it opens because it's like a one-finger operation. Although you can push the button inside and it will open automatically. But if you pull the handle, it's manual. So it will close, however. So you push it down and it closes. And that's just the way the van is, by the way. That's not a problem with it. So but it's automatic. And there's actually push buttons on the remote control as well. The little key fob that will you can open up all the doors in the back and everything like that. So this handle here, this one here is the same. So it operates the same exact way as the other one, except when you push the little button, you'll hear that little thing pop out. Click, you hear that little click, that little mechanism, and it pops out and it does open and close. You don't actually have to touch the door at all. It'll just open and close. Anyway, that's it for the exterior. So now we'll shift to the inside. So we'll start in the back. these seats, everything in the vehicle is power, everything. So these two seats are power, and you can see if I come here and there's a control panel up here, you can have them fold and stow all the way down. I'm going to press both of those, and these seats are going to do their little magical thing. Click, click. So there, they're both down, and you got these little carpets here, which will go down and make it, you know, smooth and easier to lay things in here for stowage if you so choose. So now you can slide things in the back. This actual belt will actually unhook. There's a little clip, and you can have this belt retract all the way up if you want. So you can see I folded one of the seats up in the front, but there's a huge, like a ridiculous amount of space in the back here. It's pretty sweet actually. So go ahead and fold these back up. And by the way, you can do them one at a time if you want to. Oh, stop it. I get it. Right, you're angry. Right, all right, well, if you stop it mid, it doesn't like to be half open like that. It's probably not safe, so it screams and yells. My point is that you can operate the seats independently. So what my wife will do a lot of times is if she just has 4 kids, one of whom can sit in the front, she will just fold this larger seat down, put one kid here, kid each in the pilot seat, and the captain seats in the back, and then one kid up front with her. So that gives you a little extra storage if you're, you know, doing the grocery shopping or something like that. So let's go take a look at the front and the inside. So here's the front. You know, you can see the instrument panel. We've got the navigation. We've got the you know, everything's mechanically sound inside. The vehicle runs just fine. Everything is good. You know, umbrella that might come with it. Sure. Extra charging stuff here for charging all your devices. The trash there, we can leave that if you want. We could spend, you know, probably $300 and have this interior totally detailed, which would take all the paint off the outside and everything, but frankly I don't have time. I'm just not going to spend the money on this, so we've taken that out of the total equation. So here's the back seat. You can always have it done if you want at this price that we're selling this van at. So here's the back seat. It's fine. It's got some little indentation marks. That's actually from where the seat belts dent into the leather, and they've been closed for a while, but they, you know, those will come out over time. And you can see, we'll demonstrate the seat folding back, slap it down, and then there's a little handle here. Oh, impossible to do with one hand. Okay, let me fold it up. Yeah, so that's not doable with one hand, but that's okay. But you can see now they're both folded up, and these do slide backwards and forwards too. So you've got 2 captain seats, and again, it's all leather in here. The entire interior is leather. And if you wanted to spruce up the interior, like I said, you could actually either, you know, spend $300-400 and have it totally detailed, or my recommendation would be spend $300-400 and get WeatherTech mats and just replace all the mats with nice heavy leather rubber WeatherTech. That's what we did in our new van. Totally the way to go. It's definitely what I would do. I wouldn't spend any money. I would vacuum it out and replace the mats. And with the price tag we're asking, you can afford to do that with no problem. So that's it for the van. Oh, I guess I should show you the entertainment system real quick. It's hopefully you can see it. It's got a DVD player here, drop down screen for the kids when you're on those long rides. Everything works perfectly, all good to go. And the last thing, there is one of these home link buttons up here, right here, that's broken. It's like way too much money to replace this whole thing, so we just have these 2 that work. So if you have 2 garage doors, you can still use this, program those to open your garage, no problem. But that one button doesn't work. And here's your buttons, by the way, for the doors. So, you know, you can press that, for example, and you know, the back will close. So just close that from back here. So anyway, that's it. If you're interested in the van, give us a call.